Let's get back into that. Let's keep that going. See where that ends up. Alright, so the very first moment of loading into the colony is always this moment of like, okay, what the heck are we doing? What was I in the process of? What needs to happen immediately? Pause, unpause, let the systems catch up with each other and figure out what I am doing and why I am doing any of the things that I am doing. Compost is here, so that's cool. What is happening over here that there is? Oh, there's bleach stone. Oh, no. I don't have a place to put bleach stone. And now we're going to have, chlorine all over the place. That's unfortunate. That's rather not good. Definitely games that don't benefit from gaps in playtime. True. It's harder with some games than others, for sure. We've got our peat burners up here making a bunch of polluted water. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn that polluted water into water that I can actually use. And that is an ongoing process. Yeah, okay, alright. So, things are happening here. I see I have no algae. So that's probably going to be, my first, my first, order of business is making sure that I can collect... No, there's plenty of algae. What do you mean I have no algae? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, game! We have no food. That is certainly a problem. What am I doing for food? I suppose I am fabricating some mush bars and then frying them? And also eating some bugs? Maybe eating some of these mimicas once they become a little bit less mimica and a little bit more mimilet. Okay, so yeah, we gotta queue up some stuff here if I want to have food for everybody. I guess one for each person in the base. Yeah, I need to figure out my food supply before I can start printing new people. I do want to print new people. And I don't know how close I am to printing new people. But we need to have some other stuff that needs to happen. Hello? Neolato. Oh, that's the name of the planet. That's fine. That's allowed. Alright. And then oxygen feels like it's actually not currently a problem, given the amount of oxalite that's still kind of slowly sublimating here. So maybe I shouldn't be too worried about my algae. I'm like a little worried about my algae. Maybe I shouldn't be too worried about my algae. We have some unrefrigerated food. Yes, I'm aware. Keep those Mimica buds growing. That sounds like a great idea. And then this is every 5 cycles. It spits out a Mimica, right? How much food actually is that? Because this is 1,500 kilocalories. Okay. Okay. It's still not great food. But it is +1 instead of, you know, 0. So it's not the worst. And then this is just waiting for any of these things. The moment I have enough of the materials to make them, I will immediately make them. Yeah, this is like a giant chunk of food the moment it comes through, but it just needs to come through. Need to get these sweat corn stalks created. And Demolior! Yes, I do know about Demolior. Okay, does any of this matter? None of this matters. Maybe the insufficient oxygen generation matters. Actually, how much oxygen do we have? No, we're pretty cool. I think we're pretty cool here with the oxygen. Everything is okay. All right, so what is the next step, my colony? I guess it's still food. I am working on making sure I have enough food for all of my idiots. And then maybe showers? Showers seems like a good idea. Maybe more bathrooms? Maybe a second bathroom once I start printing more dupes. Okay, so we do also need to figure out what I'm doing with the bleach stone. which I suppose eventually what I'm doing with the bleach stone is making like a chlorine farm for all the chlorine breathing animals. But for right now, I want it to just not be emitting chlorine, I think is what I want. So we've got to figure out how to do that. Let's see. Is there a nearby place that I can put it that's convenient? Can they reach from here? Is this a reachable dig? That is not reachable. Okay. So wherever I'm going to put it, I have to dig my way towards some more space. Okay. We've got some lums roaming around. That's cool. Do I need to eat them? I don't know that I need to eat them. Oh, this is a bunch of food that I need to go harass. So maybe we'll dig into here and get the food and oxygen from in here. That seems like it would be helpful. And there's another Avogadro node down here. I did it again. Ovagro node. With some food for people that would like to eat food. Which I think includes all of my dupes. But we'll see how well that goes. And I am doing research again. What am I researching? Should I even be researching? Oh, I'm researching the next step of science, because I don't know how to do that. Yeah, that's going to go well for me. All right, let's kick things off. I still didn't resolve the chlorine thing. I was like, oh, I need to resolve this chlorine thing, and then got distracted looking around. How am I going to resolve the chlorine thing? Maybe in the polluted oxygen room? No, I don't have to go back in there to retrieve it. I guess for now, we should just find... I think maybe this will work. This is probably my best bet. As a place that the chlorine gas won't come out of the thing. Alright, cool. Get to work, kids. I believe in you. Oh, I have food. I was looking at the sick duplicates. Okay, this is a lot less necessary than I thought it was going to be. We'll still build the one, I guess. I was way more worried about that than I needed to be. Okay, good. Oh, mop all that up, please. Alright, good. So progress is being made appropriately. I guess that's why research is happening, is because nobody is starving. So everybody is capable of doing the things that they need to do. I guess bleachstone is a consumable ore? What is bleachstone? It's a sublimator. I thought it was a sublimator. Is sublimator not a category here? It's non-standard. I see the problem. Okay. Oh. Wrong hotkeys. Y'all need to be doing more pollinating, buddy. There are sweat corn stalks. Sweat corn. What a gross name. That require your attention. I did it. unrefrigerated food. I also agree with that statement. I'm not happy about it either. I should maybe do something about that? I should probably do something about that. What am I going to do about that? Maybe research refrigerators. Have I researched? Oh, I have researched refrigerators. Fantastic. Never mind. All right. So what is my big next step? What is my where are we going from here? What am I trying to accomplish? I see I partially researched fine art, which is fascinating. Ranching feels like a thing that I want to be able to do. Bioengineering. Really? Oh, I can't do anything under this yellow category, regardless, for a while. I think I was looking for things with the green banner, because those are things that are new to this particular pack, and are uniquely suited to doing things on this particular planet. There's a bunch of, like, spaced out stuff that I'm sort of unfamiliar with, but I'm hoping to find more Prehistoric Planet pack stuff, specifically. And I may have already done all of those things that I have access to. So maybe we don't worry about it. Maybe we don't immediately worry about it. Okay. In that case, what direction are we headed here? There's a juicer? Gonna be juicing things? Oh, yo, I want a juicer. I would like my duplicates to get juiced. Plant pulverizer. Tell me more about plant pulverizer. Brackine or phyto oil? Probably in refinement? It is in refinement. You could build it with dinosaur spikes so it looks like a lum. Fantastic. Crushes organic materials to extract liquids such as brackine or phyto oil. And what are either of these liquids? Phyto oil. Applications: biodiesel. I can turn phyto oil and emulsifier and bleach stone into biodiesel. And this comes from, oh. It comes from chewing up slime and sea comb leaf. Sea comb leaf? The leaf of a sea comb. Do we have sea combs? Maybe? Maybe is the answer I have. Not that I currently know about, I suppose, is the answer I have. All right. Yeah, let's figure out what our next project is then, because I think we are now at a point where we're out of projects. So it's time to figure out what that next step is. Oh, maybe it could be the teleporter stuff, actually, given that this is right here. This stuff I haven't even inspected yet? All right. We're putting figuring out the next project on hold while I inspect things. Show me the entry. Encryption level 3. So we've hastened the end of the world. By some measures, yes. But this changes nothing. It changes everything, Jackie! Even if the redacted technology has shortened the timeline to next asteroid impact, it hasn't just shortened it, it's increased its likelihood. It is unlikely to be less than 100 years. That is ample time to develop damage mitigation strategies. According to this model, the original timeline for a possible recurrence was more than 100 million years. And how many of those years do you think humanity would survive without the advancements we're making here? I just don't think we can be certain. The only certainty is that without the redacted, there will be no one left to save. Oh, my project needs to be figuring out how to make blast shot and resolving this demolier stuff. That's my project. Okay. Maybe resolve the imminent threat to my colony, and then I can do stuff for funsies. teleport receiver. Sure. Incongruously placed research notes. Show me the research notes. A paradox. Really? Subject identified B111-1. I wonder who subject B111-1 is. I made a horrible discovery today while reviewing work on the artificial intelligence programming. It seems Dr. Ali mixed up a file when uploading a program onto a rudimentary robot and discovered that the device displayed the characteristics of what he called a puppy that was lost in a teleportation experiment weeks ago. This is unbelievable. Jackie's been hiding the nature of the teleportation experiments from me. What's worse is I know from previous conversations that she knows I would never approve of pursuing this line of experimentation. The social benefits of teleportation aside, you cannot kill a living being every time you want to send them to another room. The moral and ethical implications of this are horrendous. I know she's been keeping this information from me. When I searched through the Gravitas database, I found nothing to do with these teleportation experiments. It was only because this reference showed up in Dr. Ali's AI paper that I was able to discover what's been happening. Jackie has to be stopped. Jackie must be stopped. Sure. But I know she's beyond reasonable discussion. I hope this is the only thing she's hiding from me, but I fear it isn't. Despite myself, I can't help thinking of the intriguing possibilities this presents for the AI development. It haunts me. I fear I may be sliding down a slippery slope, at the bottom of which Jackie is waiting for me with open arms. So is this Olivia? Is Olivia the one doing the talking here? Initial success. Undiscovered. Thanks. Personal teleporter! I've discovered a functioning teleportation device with a pre-programmed destination. It appears to go onto another planetoid. I'm fairly certain there's a return device on the other end. I could send a duplicate through safely if I desired. Okay, where's it going to? Grossona! Tell me more about Grossona. I see. We don't know what is underneath the surface of Grossona. We only know that Grossona has uranium ore. Oh boy! Uranium ore and sandstone and granite and sedimentary rock and polluted oxygen. Non-germy polluted oxygen, but polluted oxygen nonetheless. Also, grub fruits. Yo, they got grub fruits. They need sulfur to be fertilized? Ugh. Alright, tell me about grub fruits, I guess. Spindly grubfruit plant. Spindly grubfruit plants have leggy stems that limit the distribution of nutrients and enzymes to the fruit-bearing branch. This results in a reliable but relatively tasteless harvest. Introducing the divergent critter species to these plants enable them to develop into grubfruit plants with stronger vascular systems and improved fruit. Tended to by a divergent critter. Okay. Skill required. That's what this symbol is. Grubfruit seeds. Sure. Alright. Great. And then I can click here to get back? Yeah. Fantastic. Inspect. This is my usual stream boo link that I have to ban somebody for. Memory breakthrough. Dr. Techna. That's a little on the nose. Dr. Techna's newest notes on duplicate memories have revealed some interesting discoveries. It seems memories can be transferred to the cloned subject, but it requires the host to be subjected to a machine that performs extremely detailed microanalysis. This in-depth dissection of the subject would produce the results we need, but at the expense of destroying the host. That's less great. Issue with so much DLC and different asteroid stars, it's hard to know which tech set applies to you. Yeah. I mostly tend to work backwards when it comes to this particular kind of situation. Like, what is my end goal? what situation am I trying to resolve? And then once I've got that, what tech applies to that situation in terms of all the tech that's available. It is a little hard picking out initial researches, though. That's for sure a true statement. Of course, this is not ideal for our current situation. No, usually destructive imaging of people's brains is not ideal. The time and energy it took to recruit Gravitas's highly trained staff would be wasted if we were to extirpate these people for the sake of experimentation. Extirpate? What is the... I know what it means, but, like, what is the definition of extirpate? To destroy completely or wipe out. Okay. Originally meant to weed out by the roots. Got it. But perhaps we can use our duplicates as experimental subjects until we perfect the process and look into finding volunteers for the future in order to obtain an ideal specimen. I'll have to discuss this with Dr. Techna, but I'm sure he would be enthusiastic about such an opportunity to continue his work. I'm also very interested in the commercial opportunities this presents. Off the top of my head, I can think of applications in genetics, AI development, and teleportation technology. This could be a significant financial windfall for the company. What is this on the ground? Crude oil. Just random oil spills? Fascinating. Cultivating energy. A recent conversation with our colleagues over in the electrical engineering department has highlighted exciting potential applications for our crops. They're seeking alternative inputs for the new universal power bank prototypes. Passing remark about the potato batteries of our youth led to talk of bio batteries and bacterial nanowires. Tuberous plants are promising candidates for electrochemical batteries. Our lab-grown specimens are distinct from the humble Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum? Is that the actual, like the phylum, Latin name of potato? In appearance and texture, but may still function as acidic electrolytes. There are so many avenues to investigate in so little time. Sealing robot. I cannot inspect the sealing robot. Too bad. And now we have data banks. Cool. All right. So, we need to start moving our way up, I think is the important part. Do I have anybody that can mine abyssalite? Yes. I have one person that can mine abyssalite, and it's Nwashot. Fantastic. Good job, that dupe. And there's water up here also, so I probably want to be digging through into this space anyway. So let's start digging this way. And see what that reveals to me. Separately from anything else that I'm already doing. Alright, great. Oh, refrigerators. Power. How much load is on this thing? Not that I can actually produce more than 1K? I guess I can produce more than 1K. We're producing... No. We're producing exactly 960 here. Oh, but it's also connected to the battery. So it might be producing more than 1K under specific circumstances, if necessary. Dangerous. What do I do about that? Suffer, I guess. It's a gravitas-free zone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Schmein. My mistake. I'll work on it. Gravitas pedestal. With a useless machine. It's displaying a useless machine. What does it do? Do we think it might have a use? Seems unlikely. But there are more things to inspect. Song of the Scientist. There were times when our tests got so close that my samples waved a claw. And maybe didn't live long, but that was a win, though. There was data that gave us strong clues, then over years we lost trust, and knew our hopes of cloning had dried up forever. Is this like to the tune of some other... We had exhausted every fellowship and fund, and we couldn't recreate Cretaceous creatures, and we'd got our hands on every single fossil that we could. But when I crash-landed here and saw them grazing so near, it's amazing to see that it's all growing back so green. Who's he singing to? When they peer through ferns here, underneath skies so clear, it's so hard to believe, but it's all grown back so green. It's all growing back. It's all growing back so green now. Am I familiar with Ian M. Banks? No. Is he an author? Maybe. I feel like he might have written a book I read. There are moments of awe, and there are clashes and fights. There are plants I've never seen before. And they don't seem to need light. Theropods and Tiliardembia. It is more than any lab could hope. So much for subtlety. He is an author. Yeah, I thought so. I feel like... Hang on. Okay, now I gotta look it up. What did he write? Because I'm sure he wrote a book that I am familiar with. Because I've seen the name around before. Hang on, Wikipedia is asking me for money. Publications, science fiction. "13 science fiction novels, 9 of which were part of the Culture series." I don't think I've read any of these, actually. Yeah, I don't think I know anything about this dude. I feel like I should, but I don't think I do. Number of characters in his hooks that are sentient spaceships. There's a running gag about ships with names with insufficient gravitas. Ah, okay. Sure. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's just modern society. Like, have you seen what we've done to our snowplows? If I had a lab here, a mass spectrometer there, I could show them back home that it's all growing back so green. Amazing. It's almost as if they have some distant memory of having been sung to. Perhaps they have more in common with our own creatures than I thought. The singing worked, is what I'm hearing. Campus newspaper article. Party time for local students. Students at the Elion University of Science and Technology, that's, a name, have held an unconventional party this weekend. While their peers may have been out until the wee hours wearing lampshades on their heads and drawing eyebrows on sleeping colleagues, students Jackie Stern and Olivia Broussard, oh, we know those idiots, spent the weekend in their dorm, refreshments and decorations ready, waiting for the arrival of the guests of honor, themselves. The 2 prospective STEM students who study theoretical physics with a focus on the workings of space-time conducted the experiment under the assumption that were their theories about the malleability of space-time to ever come to fruition, their future selves could travel back in time to greet them at the party, proving the existence of time travel. They weren't inconsiderate of their future selves' busy schedules, though. Should the guests of Hour be unable to attend, they were encouraged to send back a message using the code word Hourglass to communicate that. While they certainly wanted to come, they were simply unable. Sadly, no one RSVP'd or arrived to the party, but that did not dishearten Olivia or Jackie. As Olivia put it, it just meant more snacks for us. Good for them. That sounds like they're having a great time. Okay, so what do I need to do in order to enable this business? I need to be able to make blast shot at a blast shot maker. All right, what is a blast shot maker? Here. Okay. So start researching towards that, because we're going to need it. And I'm going to need the next level of research before I get there. Okay, so we're going to need to figure out how to do that as well, which I do not currently have. I do not possess that knowledge. So maybe that's the next step, is figuring out how to possess that knowledge. What do I need for the radiation business? Now that I have researched a material study terminal. Consumes rad bolts. Okay. Maybe tell me about rad bolts. Power. Rad bolts. 10 units per research point. Consumes 10 units of rad bolts. Tell me about rad bolts. Manual rad bolt generator. Requires duplicate operation. That seems like a terrible idea. And requires uranium. Either enriched uranium or uranium ore. Radbolt chamber stores radbolts in a high energy state, ready for transport. MIT at a time traveler's party convention like 2004? Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, there is a radbolt generator, which presumably is an automatic way to generate radbolts as opposed to a manual radbolt generator. But just the idea of having a manual radbolt generator seems terrible. Seems terrible. Like, that sounds like I am exposing a duplicate to a lot of radiation. Is there radiation, like, suits? Radiation lamp. Emits radiation that can be collected by a radbolt generator. Radiation protection? Lead suit. Okay. Okay. We can make lead suits. That's great. Maybe tutorial radiation? I have a radiation overlay. Building thick walls around radiation emitters will dampen the field and protect my duplicates from getting radiation sickness. Yeah, nobody likes radiation sickness. So where is the radiation? Oh, there's radiation on the surface, because of course there is. Oh. Wheezeworts emit radiation? Fascinating. 470 rads per cycle. Huh. Alright, do I have access to lead? Iron. Nickel. Cobalt. Gold. So we found some gold out here. Which I think means this is, a gnit? I think that means this is a, slime territory. It's definitely got gold in it, though. Oh, yeah, there's definitely slime out here. Great. Great. I love that for me. Also, this thing. An unfamiliar building has been discovered in my colony. There's movement inside, but whoever the inhabitant is, they seem wary of us. Understandable. I would be wary of us, too. Okay, so maybe we can start, collecting wheezeworts and make a radiation collection research. Radiation. Radiation refinement. Oh, not yet, I don't think. I guess the material science business, radbolt generator, reflector, and joint plate. This is the manual radbolt generator. Uranium ore power bank pattern. Receives radbolts from radbolt generators, directs them through walls. All other materials and elements will be blocked from passage. Radbolt reflector. Yeah, this seems like it's important to do some research on. Let's do some research on that. Yo, Hoffington, how's it going, man? Thank you for the raid. I'm gonna do the shout out thing because I know how to do that. Yeah, look at me, professional streamer. What were you up to, man? UFO 50. That is also a game that I should probably check out at some point. Where is the Radbolt container? Because none of these contain radiation, really. Oh my god. I have to... Okay. I have to have done radiation generation before I can research the things that make it safe to produce radiation. I hate this game. This is such an oxygen not included way to structure this science. Oh my god. Starting Monster Train 2. Yo, Monster Train 2 also very good. I think I'm still kind of burned out for Monster Train 1. Like, I played a lot of MT1. And so I played MT2 until I got through mostly the end of story and up to, like, not Ascension, but whatever it is. Not Ascension 10. And mostly lost interest. Like, I think it'd be fun to play, but there's also other stuff that I am more interested in doing. But yeah, it definitely builds on the original really, really well. All right, maybe I need to have radiation stuff here. Maybe I can take care of radiation in some way with medicine so that my idiots can survive this radiation generation process without any of the safety tools that require additional require radiation generation to create. Oh boy. Decontam shower removes germs and radiation. That's kind of cool. Also, dupes love showering anyway. Am I ready to unpause finally? There's a blueprint. You can play blueprint, gotcha. Print me a blueprint. LED gloves. That's cool. Those look neat. Pretty sure they'll be fine. I mean, I guess we'll see. We do need to set up some more sweat corn. Sweat corn. Apparently I don't have the seeds. We could just uproot some wild sweat corn. Probably. How could we know why eating uranium is bad unless we eat a lot of uranium? That is fair. All right, I appreciate the trial and error approach to science. All right, well, I'm not willing to print any new people, I don't think, because, well, food's okay. Maybe we can print some new people. I just need to set them on a different bathroom break schedule. As long as they're not terrible. Like, Loud Sleeper is terrible. Yokel is fine. Germ resistant? Yo, they've got plus cuisine. Wasn't I looking for somebody with plus cuisine? A snazzy suit would also be nice. Freely admitted. Who out here is doing the cooking? We've tasked some people with doing cooking, but maybe I can print someone who cares and likes it. Wash out. What am I doing with you? You have all of the morale, so I guess get some athletics. That sounds delightful. Yeah, maybe we print a person that wants to do the cooking. That would be great. That would potentially be great. Night Owl is interesting. Undigging. And they have 1 million operating. It's very specific. It's 1 million strength? They're a Loud Sleeper. I can't print that. Rocketry and cooking. This could be all right. Sure, let's do it. All right, we do need to build them a bed. Don't eat the yellow cake or the yellow snow. That's good life advice, actually. Do not eat the yellow snow. I fully agree with that. What's the, how bad is the consumption on this right now? Oh, there's a wheel here, which I think people are supposed to not be engaging with, but in terms of constant use, there's not a lot of constant use on here. Maybe I can afford to build a fridge. Let's see if I can afford to build a fridge. Let's have them move over all this. Oh, move over. Just construct it. It's fine. We'll see if we can build a fridge. Seems like it's worth investigating. And then also... Really? No seed available? Uproot that one. And... There are other sweat corn I want to uproot? Yes. That one and that one. That'll be enough seeds. Great. Yellow rice is great. That's true. You've come with a lot of insight, 100 player, and I want you to know I appreciate it. Alright, Harold gets a skill point, and we all know where that skill point's going. Get better at grilling, buddy. Which means I need to adjust his priorities. Harold, please prioritize cooking. That should be the most important thing for you to be doing at all times. So Senna, I think we can slightly deprioritize Senna from cooking. Ren's doing great though. All right. Yeah, most of the yellow foods, I think, are pretty good. There are a variety of cakes that are yellow that are perfectly acceptable, as long as they are not, you know, the yellow cake. This has an inspect also? Damn. Attention all Gravitas personnel. Evacuation protocol in effect. Reactor meltdown and bioengineering imminent. Remain calm and proceed to emergency exits. Do not attempt to use elevators. Well, that's fantastic. But now I have a databank. 1x databank. Unreachable dig? Don't lie to me. Let's make all that happen, shall we? All right, dupes, do your thing. You've got things to do. Please do them. Refrigerator. This can be an 8. We can leave all the stuff into the refrigerator. Really? Okay. Yeah. Grab the cooking ingredient. Grab all of this, I suppose. Yes, wonderful. Seasoned food only? No, I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, put it all in the fridge. And then the fridge can heat things up over here. Look at that heat production. Good job, buddy. And maybe lower some temperatures for the food inside. Alright, and then, I guess I should kind of watch this and see how bad it is in terms of the current load. Doesn't really peak particularly highly, so that's probably fine until I start pulling more energy by, like, asking them to crush rocks or whatever. Speaking of, how are we on sand? New databank, 1 unit. Fantastic, thank you. Doing not that great on sand. Maybe make some more sand. Out of my 90 tons of shale. Yeah, make a little bit more sand. Alright, and how is this going? Slowly. Understandable. Insufficient oxygen generation. Is it, though? Because things are looking pretty good over here for the most part. I'm not that worried about it. At the moment. Crunch. Why crunch? What happened? Did we finish doing the research thing? Maybe. We finished the advanced part of the research. So I should probably build a material study terminal at some point? And figure out how to do this research? I don't know that I can put it here, though, because it needs to be near something that is generating rad bolts. I haven't played this since 2017. There have been a few changes. Yeah, I think the last time I played this before starting this colony was 2021, and there was still a whole lot of stuff that I hadn't touched. I think I had played Spaced Out, like one colony of Spaced Out when it first came out. And since then, there were 3 DLC packs, as well as some stuff added to the base game. And I'm not familiar with any of it. So it's already been quite the learning process here, figuring out what we can do. And there is definitely stuff to do. I appreciate that this particular scenario comes with a goal. Because, you know, dealing with a giant asteroid is certainly a goal. You were still playing base game Rocket Victory? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep. So I guess we need to go get uranium, right? That's, like, regardless of anything else, if I want to do the thing, we gotta go get uranium from here? From the other side of this teleporter? Because that's where uranium comes from? Research complete. Okay. Let's move on to safety practices. That's not helpful. We need to do all this medicine stuff before we can get radiation protection. A desalinator is probably a good idea regardless, since I have access to brine. Bottle drainer. Oh, I am going to want one of those too. Okay. Let's move into this business. And then get the desalinator. And then start working more on radiation stuff. And I guess I should start blueprinting and figuring out what I am doing. Wood heater. No, that's cool. Radiation lamp. Emits radiation when powered that can be collected by a radical generator. Okay. Consumes uranium ore. Okay. So we still have to have uranium for it. Understandable, really. Manual rad bolt generator. Doesn't consume uranium ore. No, it does. It refines radioactive ores to generate rad bolts. But it just says duplication operation is the only requirement. So that can't be right. This is the automatic rad bolt generator. Emits generated rad bolts in the direction of your choosing when the set rad bolt threshold is reached. Rad bolts collected will gradually decay while this building is disabled. Rad bolt reflector to move rad bolts around. Rad bolt joint plate to help move rad bolts around. Requires plastic. Get the hell out of here. Who among us has ever developed plastic? I realize it is technically in the game, but it's one of those things I'm like, oh, it needs plastic? I guess I'm never doing it. Oh, I have done Dreco farming for plastic. That is a thing that I have done. Making plastic from oil, though, seems just like way too much of a hassle. The late game for this game, everything is such a hassle. I kind of want to do it just so I can say I've done it and not be intimidated by it. But wow, is it just so much stuff to take care of and put together. That's why you did the rocket victory? Fair. Okay, so let's, well, you know what? Let's just be, I need refined metal. Oh. Okay, well, I mean, I do want this also. So I guess we'll just keep doing some exploration for right now and let the research continue. I don't know that I'm actually going to make this farm this big, but... Polluted dirt. Oh, yep. That checks out. Fortunately, we have a way to deal with polluted dirt, i.e. compost. So go get it composted. I guess I need polluted dirt storage. There could be polluted dirt storage in here. Which is here? Agriculture? Consumable? What is organic? Yeah, sure. Store polluted dirt and rot pile in here. A place where it is safe to do so. 900 hours in oxygen not included. Jeez. Yeah, I got part of the way through Space Age stuff in Factorio. And, not all that far at the end of the day. Like, I successfully did the Lightning Bolt planet, and I was midway through doing stuff on the Lava planet when I kind of... I don't know that lost interest is the right word, but the level of complexity and difference from the things that I was doing got enough that I was like, I'm gonna do something else for a bit, and then just never came back. Senna got better at digging. Cool. Ah, we're starting another sweat corn. We're starting more veggie poppers. Great. Okay, so this is keeping up, I think. I want to know if I have more sweat corn seeds, which I currently do. Okay, great. The other question is this one bug keeping up with all of the pollination that it needs to? And I think the answer is no. No seed available. Yeah, because I've been burning them all for food. Maybe I will refrain from burning the toasted mimolets. Skill points! Fantastic. Oh, you too. Okay. Well, I still need more digging, so get better at digging. And you... just construction? Yeah, we're really good on morale these days, so that's great. This is, in fact, a mess hall. How do I make it a great hall? It needs a decor building and a recreational building. And? How dare you? What recreational building? Oh, we could give it a juicer! I guess I could give it a water cooler. That's boring, though. I want to give it a juicer. Do I want to give it a juicer? How difficult is juicing things? We got figs. They probably want to juice some figs, right? If I were a dupe, I would want to juice some figs. Did I do the research for juicers? Totally did. Okay, so is it a food building then? It is not. Is it refinement? It is not. Is it furniture? No. No. Is it a station? Okay, buddy. Where is the juicer? Here is the juicer. What category is it in? Liquid intake. Mushrooms, bristleberry, meal ice. It needs all of these? Fruity juice. Hold on a second. Alright. Alright. Something has gone wrong here. Food repurposing. Because I don't have any of those. And I don't see the, I'm just going to keep calling them Avogadro figs. Because I can never remember which of those syllables it actually uses. So I'm just going to use extraneous syllables. Because that's the word that I can remember. I don't know if it uses all of these or just one of these. But even if it only uses one of these, I still can't do anything with it because I don't have... I don't have any of those. It's not helpful. Alright, what did I just say I was going to go research? I think I was continuing to research this stuff. Yeah, okay, so it's still going on its own. Good. Yeah, keep it up. Doing great, buddy. Proud of you. Actually, where is the ore refinery? Refinery? Refinery. Metal refinery. That's the one. Yeah, okay, this has to be next. Plywood press? Combines a binder liquid and plant husk to create plywood. Ladder bed. Provides a sleeping area for one duplicate and also functions as a ladder. You can make bunk beds?! Yo, that's sick. Do I immediately start making bunk beds for people? Wait a minute, what are my options for rooms when it comes to barracks? Luxury barracks. One or more comfy beds, no cots, and a decor building. Comfy beds are a problem, because those need plastic too, don't they? You call top bunk? Do you want to be named? 100 player? Do you want to be, I would say immortalized, but we all know about the lifespan expectancy of dupes. Do you want to be a dupe? I have a redeem for exactly that purpose. You've probably accumulated the appropriate number of channel points already. Highly mortalized. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Vogro. I never remember. Yeah, the Mimica is definitely not keeping up with all of the plants. How long do they stay pollinated? Oh, only for one cycle? Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. We need more bugs in here. Need some of these bugs to stop being bugs and become seeds so I can plant them. Ah, they did it. Cool. Now we can go back to eating them all. Get et. Only just arrived? Damn it. Well, thank you for the follow, 100 player. Uh-oh. That's some stale mimillet. Just eat it. Eat all the food so it doesn't go stale. Does seem like a better solution to the problem. Starting to run out of food again. That's not ideal. Oh, this is gonna finish soon, and then we're gonna be fine. Things are gonna be great. Grossona has no farm plots. Grossona has no anything. What are you complaining about? Don't give me warnings about farm plots. And then there's this thing that I don't need to... Did I do the thing with it? I guess I did the thing with it. I don't know what it gave me. Can I demolish it? Isn't that skill operation? Yeah, I don't know how to demolish it yet. Cancel. Get canceled. Okay. And we have a new sweatcorn seed, so that's good. Keep making more sweatcorn. I still really don't like that name. I don't know why they chose that name, but makes me uncomfortable. $1,400? Or 1,000? Or K? Oh, because it needs to be emptied still. Yeah, okay. They haven't gone to pull out the thing. And how is progress here? We've done it! Progress has been made. So now we have more information about the rest of this territory. And that information reveals nothing of immediate interest. Oh, we found some sand. That's always nice. Not there. We do still have to make it up here. And presumably... Oh, God, there's so much work left to do. It's a good thing I still have 100 and math cycles to accomplish that goal. Yeah, alright. Metal refinery. Metal refinery seems like an appropriate next step. I think I agree with that statement. Once I have a metal refinery, then we can work on putting together the thing. The dog alarm has gone off. So people still have work to do for now, but not like forever. We finished step 1 of the process. What is this plywood press? Do I want to press plywood? That doesn't matter. Plywood press combines a binder liquid and plant husk to create plywood. Where does plant husk come from? Plant husk is a bundle of dried plant matter. But like which plants? Produced by dewdroppers can be harvested. Also gas grass and also pike apple bushes. And also mealwood? Like any plant can become plant husk? How do I turn a plant into plant husk? How do I husk a plant? So that I can presumably make plywood. Resin. Where does resin come from? By pulverizing amber, wherever the hell amber is, or cracking a nymph egg. Okay. Okay. What is the skill that is required for husking? Can salvage plant husk off of improved farming 2. Okay. All right. Who's doing the farming? Devonok? Devonok is interested in farming? Great. Make him do that. Fantastic. Sounds lovely. All right, is this a kitchen yet? No. How do I make it into a kitchen, and what are the benefits of it being a kitchen? Enables spice grinder. Oh, right. There needs to be a refrigerator in there. I certainly don't have the refrigerator in the kitchen. And it needs to have a spice grinder in it in order to be a kitchen. Okay. Understood. Are either of these things going to happen? Unclear. The important parts right now is that people aren't starving. And also, progress is being made towards some project or another. Guess we can start digging here and seeing whether or not this produces any positive results. Yeah, you know what, idiots? Just keep digging. Proud of you. You can do it. You've done so much digging. You can continue doing the digging. It's a thing to go do. It's gonna be long commutes again. We already have long commutes. It's always long commutes. I don't know what to do about it. They're just like, okay, well, I guess you just spend a lot of time running around. I'm sorry to hear it. Get more athletics? I don't know how to fix this problem. Alright, I don't think I want to print another idiot. Ooh, I could print one of these people. Emits electrical shocks when stressed. That's funny. Coal? I'm not even using coal. What is coal gonna do for me? Other than, I guess I will have seen coal once. Decreased excavation. Decreased machinery. I see. You have decreased excavation and you start with an extreme digging booster? That's weird. You're weird, buddy. Why are you weird? Trypophobia. Cannot dig. Early bird's cute. Shriveled taste buds is cute too. Very into supplying. Do I need somebody to just move stuff around for me? I'm on board. I probably just don't need to print any of these for right now. I'm probably okay to just hang tight and hold back for a second. We do have somebody with ranching interest. Do I have anybody with ranching interests? I'm gonna need that at some point. Nobody with ranching interests at the moment. Okay, if they're a reasonable print, maybe I just print them, and that can be where we stop for now. Can't cook. Fine. Yeah, alright. They can be my doctor and my rancher. I love it. We can start with, the point in construction, though. Skills. And priorities. Alright, new kid. You are primarily a doctor. Not that we are doing much doctoring. And then secondarily... always go with that backwards. Ranching and the other thing that you said. Oh, building. Building. That seems like a good priority order for you, a Gossman. Alright, is everything prioritized at least once for somebody? Nwashat has no priorities? Maybe I should give you priorities. What are you doing with your life, Nwashat? Oh, we don't have anybody prioritizing operating. Somebody should probably be prioritizing that. Is anybody good at it? Rivaldo has some operating skill. Devanok, Nwashat. Nwashat has some operating skill. Is Nwashat interested? You have operating skill because I gave you rocket piloting? You could just have operating skill from being in my base for long enough. Which is believable. What does this give you? Generator tuning and microchip crafting. Soldering station usage. Conveyor rail construction. Oh, that is relevant to my interests at some point. Not that that point is now. Soldering station usage. What's a soldering station? What is any of this stuff? There's just so much stuff in this game. But alright, welcome, new friend. Have a stone cot. I'm sure it'll be delightful for you. And we can move forward with our lives in the near future. I'm gonna need one of these in here at some point, too. Never dig it all out. I'm gonna want it. We'll see how well that goes for me. Am I ready to build the thing yet? No. I can start building the infrastructure for it, though. Because I know that this thing has, like, some particular requirements. And I think I'm going to build it over here. Let's see. Plumbing. Should probably turn this wash basin into a sink at some point. Maybe now is when I'll do that thing. Oh, people are going to eat. Yep, understandable. Just leaving their food on the ground. Yep, that checks out. That's standard, really. Wow, we did a really good job of building that cot, didn't we? All right, maybe prioritize things? Maybe do the thing that I told you to do? That would be great. Colony achievement earned, really. What'd I do? Royal Flush. Replace all the outhouses and wash basins in your colony with lavatories and sinks. Yeah, that's accurate. This can also be prioritized. You know, looking at this is a fascinating choice for door placement. Like, why did I do this the way I did it? Kind of makes me uncomfortable now that I think about it. Maybe let's do this a little bit differently. Much better. Still only the one Mimica, but that's going to finish off. That's going to get better soon. I have an extra sweatcorn seed. And now we have to set our research again. So back to the liquid thing that I was doing before, I think. Yeah. All right. It is definitely metal refinery time. Where am I doing the metal refinery? Also, do I need to start setting up additional power layers? Like, does that need to be improved? I'm worried that the answer is yes. I think the answer is maybe, but not yet. I think I'm going to continue to be lazy about my power until I have a good reason not to be. Which is standard, really. That's how that always works. And that is always and continuously the mistake I make. Not planning for the future. All right, let's do this. And then refinement. Going to make a metal refinery. Here-ish, sure. And then this is the real issue. Where are we sending... Do I just want to use polluted water? Like, maybe. I think that's probably fine. So we could just do that. And then send this back. Does this have a decor problem? No, this is okay. So I don't need to funnel this through the tile like that, because it does not cost me decor to run it out in the open. Am going to need a liquid bridge. And this is going to be unreachable, isn't it? Should I make a lum farm? Maybe I should make a lum farm. What do you eat? Subsist on Ovagro vines. Ooh, okay. So, and if I'm irrigating you, You need water. Like a lot of water. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But that can be a use for my polluted water, which I'm basically just generating out of peat. And it doesn't matter if the lums eat food-poisoned things, I think. Maybe? I don't know that that's true, but I'm willing to believe that that's true. Maybe I'll make a lum farm. Okay, so how far do these Ovagro nodes spread? Like, how many of these nodes do I need to put down in order to actually have them grow? It's literally just water, isn't it? Single Ovagro node can support several Ovagro vines without any increase in its water requirements. Love that. It does have a lot of water requirements, though. 90 kilograms of water per cycle is kind of a lot of water. I do need to be watching my peat, because if I run out of peat, that's also going to be a problem. Fortunately, we're nowhere near that situation, so that's fine. Yeah, let's make a lum farm. That seems like an interesting thing to do. Let's do that. Lums. How much space do you need? 16 cells. Oh. Oh. So I can fit 6 lums in a 96 tile thing. They drop tough meat, which I can then smoke into tender briskets. Once I have discovered the tender brisket. 600 seconds. They all take 600 seconds. Okay. So, if I am running short on sweat corn, which I don't think I am, just the raw sweat corn. Does that show up as edible? Okay, so we're burning through the sweat corn as fast as we are given the opportunity. But I can always make another smoker. Like, that's not a problem either. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It'll be an interesting experiment. In fact, we could even use this space for the lum farm. That seems not unreasonable. And then I have a free Ovagro node to play with as a result. So how much space do I need? $12 by 8. Well, this is I like this 12. I guess let's use this space, so like that is going to be my farm? Okay. Open this space up, I guess. Starting with that, because that is reachable. What do I have for... Yeah, I want to build these out of granite. I want to start getting in the habit of building tiles out of granite instead of other materials. Because pretty! It is important that the surroundings be pretty. Sure, that seems like a good enough start. Get to it, kids. Dig that out. Give space for people to work with. Same here. Just dig that out for now. We'll rebuild a wall there afterwards. This, I have noticed, is all full. So maybe plant down a few more of those so we have more space to put stuff. I think I haven't needed to worry about idleness, but... Hello? Outdoor renovations. Construct a building outside the initial starting biome. Did I? I guess that's one of these tiles is outside the initial starting biome, except it's a connected biome of the same type. So it's not that outside by starting biome, but thank you, I guess. Oh, no, that's here. This is definitely outside my starting biome. I agree. I agree. Valid construction location. They'll figure it out. I believe in them. Oh, this needs to be opened up. You couldn't escape. Yee. Is somebody suffocating? Somebody needs to use the toilet. Well, go do that? Who's stopping you? There probably does need to be more toilets, though. Or I need to change the break schedule. Food has decayed. Terrible news. I guess nobody's eating the mush fry, because everybody's eating the food that is better than the mush fry. So understandable. Maybe stop making mush fry, then. I think I am capable of doing that, too. Another Joya seed I could print. Oh, plant another Joya seed. Plant a Joya seed right there. Valid construction. So once again, I trust these idiots to figure it out. Copy seconds. I guess we need a ladder here to finish this dig. And when you dig this up, it drops into another mimlet? It drops into another mimlet, which we are immediately going to eat. Yes, that is correct. All right, well, continue to keep it up, folks. You're doing great. Discovered liquid distribution technology. Fantastic. Continue to learn about liquids and distribution. So there's still more. Where's the thing? Here. I wanted to get this. Wanted to get this? Yeah, I wanted to get a desalinator because we're going to have to deal with brine out here. And I would like to turn that brine into regular water. That would be delightful. Probably. Success. Cool. We got the space cleaned out. Now we can turn this into an actual ranching place. And we'll leave this one Avagro node. And then we need to have a grooming station here. Which I have not yet done the research for. Okay. Okay. That understandable. Understandable. Let's do that research first then. Food is decayed. Oh no. That's terrible news. Do I have enough room up here to build more bathroom, actually? Sedimentary rock. Please build of granite. Yes. Yes, I do barely. We gotta start with these two tiles first, though, because I don't want the water leaking out. Still a bed, huh? Holding breath. Oh, that is a bit of a problem. I should probably figure out how to give people oxygen in here. Yeah, alright. Oxygen is starting to be a little bit thin. Maybe the time has come to produce more oxygen. Okay on algae for now. I don't know how long that'll last. So is the one wild Avagro node enough for this idiot, or are we going to have to do some more work here? Because I feel like we're going to have to do some more work here. I want to watch this Avagro node and figure out how far the vines spread. So I know, like, how close I need to plant them together. Oh, I see why it's taking so long to put this together. Because there's stuff in the way. Understandable. Understandable. Okay. So that's good. Now we can do this. I've done it! I've made a metal refinery! Time to refine some metal, maybe. What did I just research? Oh, the grooming station. Yes, that was important. Get these idiots groomed. I'll put it closer to the middle so it's a bit more accessible, but also, like, I don't want to crowd out the Avogadro nodes. I may have done myself a disservice by making this so tall, since I feel like I'm actually going to need more Avogadro node space on the ground. I should have made this like 4 tall and just really long. I definitely had the room for it here. I could still do that. I could still do that. How badly do I want to mess around with this? Some amount. Research is easy to hit because I know what I'm trying to research now. It is more of the thing that I was doing. There's the thing. Continue doing that thing. Otherwise, what? Put things in appropriate places. What is the thing that we're doing here? Well, if I really wanted to do this, what would that look like? 96 is out to here. All right, so let's start building out to here. And I can worry about the rest of it once this is built. Honestly. That is fine. I'll get some more nickel out of it. Also, we're going to need to do plumbing. So this goes to here. And I need to take clean water out through here. Alright. Y'all got some more work to do. Let's start making some of this. Let's see how well this works out for me. Somebody come and do some operating. This got printed. I wanted to make it a Joya seed. Which is prettier, actually. It doesn't tell me how much decor I get out of these? Unbelievable. 25 for the ring rosebush. And 25 for the Joya. It's the same. Power circuits. Oh no, it finally happened. Alright, you know what? If you're going to show me a video, I am here to watch tutorial videos. That sounds delightful. Generators are considered producers of power, while the various buildings and machines of the colony are considered consumers. Each consumer will pull a certain wattage from the power circuit it's connected to, which can be checked at any time by clicking the building going to the energy tab. I can use the power overlay to quickly check the status of all my circuits. If the consumers are taking more wattage than the generators are creating, the batteries will drain, and there will be brownouts. If the consumers are pulling more wattage through the wires than the wires can handle, they will overload and burn out. To correct both these situations, I will need to reorganize my consumers onto separate circuits. Alright, show me. Yeah, the whole thing just needs to get remodeled. Okay. I mean, sure. But that's a lot of work. That is so much work that it just, like, 80s montaged through. Jesus. Okay, yes. No, I understand. I understand the philosophy. I just hate it. Yeah, the in-game tutorials are actually really cool. Alright, so which circuit did we overload? Show me the circuit. That's unfortunate. 17. Oh, because this pulls 1200. Oh. Oh, I thought this was a much more reasonable total. Okay. I understand. I see why this was a problem. Refining has ended. We're going to definitely need to put this on a separate circuit that does not involve any regular wire whatsoever. My mistake. Oops. Can I do that with a jumbo battery? Is that enough? Like, how much drain is that? Like, one jumbo battery? Look at this. One jumbo battery is now suffering. This thing was full when we started. Was this thing full when we started? I don't think this thing was full when we started, actually. I think that's wrong. But this needs to be doing something else completely. Did we not build... Hello? Where's the plant? Oh my god. The Avogadro node got ripped up. Somehow. Well, that's unfortunate. Now I will have to use water on it. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a different outcome than the outcome I just got. How dare they? Okay, fine. Alright, so the new plan is... How much spread? Like, this is spreading out forever, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's going up the wall here. So I want the next node to be, like, 4 away from the wall, I think. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here. So this is going to become a hydroponic farm tile. Now, the next question is, will it go over or in front of buildings? Like, can I place a grooming station here and have that still work? I think the answer is, I'm gonna go with no and go 1, 2, 3, 4 and put the grooming station here. So here. Damn, what happened to the node? I guess it was just too much, like, ripping up of the vines and stuff. It got unhappy and it just unplanted itself. I don't think I deliberately unplanted it. Relatively confident. But, I mean, I've been wrong about that kind of stuff in my past. Okay, so, and then this needs... do you have temperature concerns? Sir or madam? 25 to 45. Okay, I can work with that. That's probably good enough. I'm probably not that concerned. Alright, and then plumbing. This is clean water. And currently the only source of clean water for this circuit is the sieve, which is fine. Man, this stuff, this extra stuff down here bugs me. It's completely irrelevant, but it just bugs me. Research complete. Good. Well, good. Fine. Great. I guess that means I have to pick something else to do. Is it time to start on medicine? Is there other radiation stuff that I need to be paying attention to? Maybe other radiation stuff is something that I need to be paying attention to. Smart storage? It's a little early for smart storage. It's a little early to care. Natural gas, oil refinery, petroleum generator. We're so far away from doing anything with any of that. Just so far away from doing anything with any of that. I do need to do heavy watt wire, though, if I want to start using my metal refinery. So that's got to be here. And the power transformer. Yep, that's relevant to my interests. New printables. I have 8 dupes. Yeah, we're not printing another dupe here. So I'll print some curative tablets. Love it. And this is slowly progressing through here at a very slow pace. But, you know, it's probably happening at an appropriate speed. Yeah, the one Mimica is not enough to keep up with all of this sweatcorn. Which, understandable. All right, kids, get to work. Food is doing okay. I don't have any ranchers? Really? Surely I have somebody who likes ranching. Gossman does, but they don't have farming, so that's a problem. They're not set up correctly. We're 2 full skill cycles away from getting anybody ranching. I might need to print a rancher. Mistakes maybe have been made. Oh dear. But okay, you could just be idle out here. I guess you don't reproduce when you're wild, huh? That's the problem. Okay. Jeez. Well, it'll happen when it happens, I suppose. We still have to figure this out. Like, what power source am I providing for this metal refinery? What separate power source, different from the existing power sources, am I providing for this refinery? Because it does need to be on its own circuit. How am I handling that? Am I just making a separate power plant? Power generator? Power generators do I have access to? Right now, manual, coal, wood, and peat burner. Well, I guess I'm giving it its own battery. What is this? Compact discharger. Converts stored energy from power banks into power for connected buildings. Power plus 60 watts? 60. 60. 2 digits of wattage. Really? That's nothing. That's bubkiss. You're telling me I am going to build this building. Okay, admittedly a small building. To add 60 watts of power to a circuit? Why would I do that? How do I make power banks? Power bank charger converts empty eco power banks into fully charged units ready for reuse, and consumes a buttload of power to do so. Oh, I guess I need this if I'm going to run bionic duplicates? Oh. Oh. Okay, so if I'm running bionic duplicates, then I have this infrastructure set up for them. And then I can also use it to power buildings with the thing. I guess that's a reason. Not like a great reason, but a reason. It's not nothing. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing. Also, I want to pull this useless machine and see what it does. I guess whatever it does, it'll probably be useless, but we don't know. There's so much stuff to investigate. I'm being pulled in like 18 different directions. I have no idea what to actually focus on. It's pretty bad. At the very least, I can finish this project. Extra 60 watts could power so many 60-watt light bulbs. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I should be slapping the roof of something in order to inform people just how many 60-watt light bulbs it could power. Can't breathe. Yeah, no lies. I do Oh yeah, I was gonna make more oxygen, wasn't I? I was concerned at the amount of oxygen that we have access to, because that amount is low. So maybe there should be more oxygen. What if instead of no oxygen, there was some oxygen? How am I generating additional oxygen? Is it just more of the algae things? Speeds up the conversion of polluted dirt into polluted oxygen. Gross. It could be electrolyzer time. Maybe that's how I feel about my my sieve water. Do I have hydrogen generators? Not yet. Okay, so it's not yet electrolyzer time. Maybe it's just another oxygen diffuser. Can I afford this? I guess we're gonna find out! I don't like the situation with this metal refinery. Oh, also I don't have the tools to fix the problem yet. I forgot about that. But once I do, how am I fixing this problem? It might be stepped from here into another battery. That's doable. But that's still pulling off of the full network. Like, I need it to not pull from this network. So I'd need separate steppers so that I can... which also I do not have the research for yet. Separate transformers to split this network off into separate wattage pools. So can I just build its own generator here? With what? Which generator would I build here? Not wood burner. I'm so far away from plywood. Manual generator seems like a terrible idea. I don't have coal. Not worried about coal. So I guess if I'm doing it, it has to be another peat burner if I'm actually doing a separate thing. Which, like, I'm not positive that I like that. I think I might not like that. That might be a bad plan. Might be an okay plan. Unclear how bad a plan it would be. Well, I think regardless... No, we got a little bit more time. I do have to cut stream early today, but not like this early. I can go for another 10-20 minutes. Well, I guess let's let the research finish, and we'll figure it out then. Wait, how bad is this? Oh, this is fine. This isn't even hitting 600 watts as long as I'm not firing the 4-digit wattage required refiner. Alright, so that added a hydrogen generator, which is one of the things I'm looking for, as well as the power transformer, which is another of the things I am looking for. So, good progress for sure. And I don't think we're doing the conductive wire business. Large discharger. Fair enough. Power control station. Oh, if I'm actually building like a power plant, like an actual generator room. And this is how I get power banks in the first place. Okay. Enables fabrication of eco power banks at the soldering station. And I definitely know what a soldering station is. That's definitely information that I have access to. Soldering station. Okay. Produces advanced electronics and bionic boosters. Okay. I do have access to that, actually, as it turns out. I wasn't sure, but as it turns out, I do. So that's great. Do I want to start doing hydrogen things? It's doable. It's maybe doable. Show me plumbing. Where am I going to have to send this water to in order to do the thing? The hydrogen power plant is not going to be enough to power the metal refiner, though. Because it's going to need to power all of the infrastructure associated with the hydrogen production. So while this is something that is useful for the purposes of oxygen creation, it is not really useful for the purposes of getting this metal refinery up and running, which is a separate problem that we now face. Yeah, I think maybe it needs to be a separate setup with, like a separate circuit of peat generators. How am I doing for peat, by the way? 21.5 tons. Pretty good. Doing pretty good. Let's start researching automation. I want to have smart batteries and the ability to use them for power sources. That sounds like a good idea. And then that will be how we get this up and running with a separate peat burner storage setup, I think, is going to be the plan. We'll do that here, actually. Ladder. Peat burner. Wall. And this can just be open. I say wall, but this is going to need... This is going to need joint plates. Yeah, I'm going to have to open all of this space up here too. Which is fine. It's handleable. Power. Joint plate. Once again, I trust them to figure it out. Popped eardrums. Wow. Lots of overpressure. How badly overpressure is it? Oh my god. Really overpressure. That's impressive. How did that happen? Because look at how overpressure the carbon dioxide is. Okay, yeah, understandable. What have we been doing here? I guess this has just been outputting carbon dioxide into this sealed room for quite some time. Okay. That's maybe problematic. That is very possibly problematic. Okay, okay, great, great. All right. Okay, but this being up and in progress, I think is probably a good enough reminder of the future state of things. What's problematic about overpressure? It can eventually break through walls. But the more immediate problem, which is a fairly minor problem, to be clear, but the more immediate problem is people are unhappy about it. Popped eardrums. It increases stress drastically. Like, a normal amount of stress reduction over the course of a cycle is about -20, which means that their net stress ends up being like minus some amount of negative. But if I add an extra 20% of stress on top of that, that is probably the first real source of positive stress that I'll have in my colony. So it just sucks for dupes to walk into this space. But all right, we need to start doing metal refiner things. We need to get the metal refiner up and running, which is what this is going to be for. Remember dupes ugly crying over soggy socks? Absolutely. Yeah. Wet feet is no joke. Wet feet is a real problem. This bad boy, I think, is up and running. This is all set up. So we can finish this up next time, too. Yeah, they have a different response to not being able to breathe. Like, it is stressful, but also they just suffocate. Whereas with the soggy feet, it's like they have no recourse. All they can do about it is cry. All right, yeah. We have I think, fingers crossed, enough reminders up that I'll be able to figure out what I'm doing when I come back to this. But I do need to cut stream here-ish in order to make sure I have enough time to prep for my evening plans. So I think at this point, I'm going to do the thing where I save and head back to the main menu.